looky there. Look who we have here.
Hello.
Welcome, friend.
Thanks. It was quite a journey, let me tell you. It was something else. I ran into a lot of snow and ice in Amarillo.
Oh, in Amarillo, really?
Yeah.
Because it was dry when I was there. It was cold and windy, but dry.
It was snow-covered and icy. My windshield wiper fluid froze up.
Oh yeah, mine's been frozen the whole trip, yeah.
It's been crazy, man.
The worst is when you're in like slushy snow and someone drives by you and then you want to wipe, but you're like, it's not wet enough and it's just going to make it worse.
Right. Yes, that was absolutely the case. That's what happened. So it was interesting though, and I finally give up and stopped at a rest stop about 80 miles east of Albuquerque. I was like, I just got to call it quits and get some sleep.
I was wondering if you were going to make it that 15 hours or whatever. That's a lot of driving.
It was a good plan, but I left the house almost 3.5 hours late, and by doing that, making multiple trips back, I would forget something and remember it and then drive back a couple of miles, and then I ended up leaving League City at like 8 o'clock.
So it was like, did you just wake up late, or was it like last minute, like, oh, I forgot to pack this, oh, I didn't need that?
I spent a lot of time the night before trying to finish up packing stuff, going to the grocery late, and was up till like 10 o'clock. I was like, I'm not going to get up at 4 o'clock and leave, so I'm going to sleep till 5:15.
Okay.
And it was just one of those that already kind of felt behind, so I was rushing through things. But it was okay. I mean, the trip was not bad at all. I mean, even with the snow and ice up in Amarillo and northern Texas, it still wasn't that bad. The traffic was just slow with all the big rigs coming on I-40. They're taking up both lanes and just trying to get through it as well, so it just slows everything down.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Hello. How are you
You're
doing?
finally here.
Yes, I finally made it.
Keep telling her, she's like, you don't have a friend, do you?
Yeah.
It's hard to believe, but yes. Can I get just a glass of water to start?
Yes.
And then I'll take a look at the menu.
Okay.
Yeah, it was cold last night. It was ridiculously cold.
She just pulled off the road in a flat area.
It was a rest area. I mean, an actual rest stop with like a restroom, but essentially, yeah, just a pull off to the side of the road. There was a bunch of big rigs there, so I pulled up next to the restrooms, went in the back, and just like passed out. Tried to go to sleep, but it left the truck running for about an hour to get it nice and hot.
Yeah.
Then I woke up, turned it off, had the window cracked. I was like, all right, I can go to sleep now. Went to sleep, and I woke up about 2.5 hours later, and my face was like starting to go numb.
Oh.
That's what woke me up, was like the numb, the cold numb feeling. And so I woke up and was like, oh, this isn't good. So I started the truck back up and ended up falling asleep for a couple more hours with the truck running, and then woke up hot.
Oh no.
I was like, okay, fine. So I'll turn it off, and then tried to go back to sleep, but basically just laid there and decided to go ahead and get up and start moving around. And I'm pretty sure I lost my beam whenever I was there.
I think I have a couple extras.
Okay,
If you want.
still one.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just an acclimation thing or if it was like, so my first night was in Caprock Canyon, which in hindsight is probably the warmest night I've had so far. But it was before I was like, screw this, I'm going to Walmart and I'm buying a bunch of warm stuff. Because, it's hard to get in that mindset when you're in Houston packing for the cold. You're like, I don't need that.
It's not going to be that cold.
And then you wake up in the night and you're just like, I hate this. Because I had a sleeping bag and I had a small blanket, but that first night was rough. And then, I'd get out to go take a leak and come back in, and then I lost all my heat. I was like, oh gosh. Since going to Walmart, since I got that comforter, and then I've got a few pairs of pants and a lightweight jacket that all are fleece lined.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's the magic juice right there. Like that fleece lining.
Right.
So good.
So is that the jacket? Is that like?
Yeah. So it's just a flannel, but it's got that lining.
I'm not gonna lie, the picture that you sent, you look exactly like a lumberjack out in the middle.
Well, and yeah.
With your hat on. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I was crawling back and forth between the driver's seat and behind, so I never got out unless I had shoes on. So I would take my shoes off in the driver's seat and then crawl back into the sleep station. And then when I got up this morning, I crawled back into the driver's seat and put my boots on and then got out from that. So I was like, I had my all-weather mats, like you know, throughout the vehicle, but that way I'm not trying to pivot, you know.
Yeah.
Trying to keep my feet off of this.
Clearly you are thinner and more limber than me, because I know I can get from the back to the front or whatever if I have to, but I always fear that I'm going to crush that center console.
So the idea is that we're going to try to make it to Natural Bridges.
Yeah, so
by
that's
camp, right?
That's another thing. So we can start planning what do we want to do, right? So
we'll post that on the video.
yeah, we've got Gaia here. I've been cursing Gaia on some of my. So I was going over Medano Pass, which is a whole other story I'll save for later. But and every time I would switch to use the camera, the map would disappear and I'd only have the track. And I'm like, I downloaded the maps. I know I did. So I was cursing Gaia that whole, because I'm like, I didn't see a soul until I got to the sand dune side, and I saw probably like 5 or 6 other vehicles. So I don't know if I was just early, because I started it at like 8 or 9 in the morning. Anyway, so let's see, we're here in Bluff. We're going to go down to Mexican Hat, right?
Yes.
So that's only like a half hour at most, right? So we should definitely gas up here. And then there's this loop for is it Monument Valley?
No, it's not Monument Valley. Valley of the Gods.
Valley of the Gods, okay. Some other cool name.
Yes.
So this loop, I think it's like an hour or 2. But we could just go and then skip this highway here. We could just take it and then get back over here and go north if you wanted.
Yeah, I'm good with not doing highways for a little while. I've done 1,300 miles of them so far. I'm ready to get on some trail.
So let's do that. I mean, worst case, like not worst case, minimal case, we can camp out here. I've seen reports of people camping off of here. So if you're just completely tired and want to relax, we could totally just camp somewhere in this loop.
Yeah, absolutely.
But assuming things go well and want to keep going, we can take this highway. I'm not sure. This is just a very strange part of the highway.
Oh man, that looks interesting.
Well, he's got to cross this ravine or something. But I'm assuming it's a paved road because it's on a lot of the maps.
Can you zoom that in again, because those switchbacks like that are going to take forever. If you guys have ever been to Sequoia National Park or Kings Canyon, this will look very familiar, and that takes an extremely long time to get through, just because how tight some of these are. When you turn, you're not really going to see the road. You're just going to kind of go with it.
Cheers.
Cheers. I made it.
So, after meeting up with Jordan at the cafe in Bluff, we gassed up, we got our radios working, and now we're headed down to Mexican Hat. It's about 2:30, so we only got 2.5 hours of daylight left. So we're going to check out Mexican Hat. I don't think that'll take too long. And then we're going to go to Valley of the Gods, and we may just set up a camp somewhere on that loop, or we may book it on up to Natural Arches, or Natural Bridges National Monument. But the way things are going, I don't know if we're going to make it up there tonight. We'll see. It's just running out of daylight.
What's up, Space City Runner fans? Woo! We got the full posse here, and we didn't get very far before we started dorking around. We didn't even make it to the city of Mexican Hat because I didn't realize that the actual rock formation is north of the city by about 5 or 6 miles. So there it is right there. And if you can't notice, oops, I got autofocus off. If you can't notice, we decided to park our vehicles at a convenient parking spot nearby.